Hi, I am Victoria Maclean and welcome to my channel. So today I want to talk to you about collecting. I get a lot of questions about collecting. Obviously, me being a collector as well. I've been collecting for 21 years or almost 21 years. So I think I may know one or two things, maybe not many, but I know one or two things. So if you'd like to see what I would like to talk about today, then keep on watching. If you would like me to bring Hogwarts to you, then make sure that you subscribe to my channel and don't forget to hit that all important notification bell as well. Let's get started. So I'm kind of lunared up today with the pink. I've got Luna Lovegood. Hang on, where is it? Where is it? I've got my Luna Lovegood gloss on from platform 9 3/4. I haven't got my Luna Lovegood nail varnish on anymore. I have my sparkly blue. Do you know I haven't had my sparkly blue this year at all, so I had to have my sparkly blue. I've got my fantastic t-shirt from Geek Gear and my wonderful new necklace from my friend Sandy in the US, which is from Hot Topic, which is from BioWorld originally. So I am wearing Luna Lovegood stuff today, and I also treated myself, right, to something Luna related that I want to show you when it arrives. Two things in fact, and also me for July thing. So I'm not going to tell you anymore, it's going to be a bit cryptic. But the wand I'm choosing today is the Luna Lovegood Noble Collection wand. Her first wand, I think it is this the first or the second one? I can never remember, because one of the ones you can only get with the Dumbledore's Army wand display from Noble Collection, and then this one is the other one as well. But I'm going to put it back before I break it. Now, when it comes to collecting, there is no wrong or right answer. Collecting is something that you do as a passion. It's an addiction. For me, it's an addiction. I'm not gonna lie. I am obsessed with collecting Harry Potter and Wizarding World memorabilia, as you know. Officially and unofficial items as well. But collecting is all down to the individual. Now, I get asked all the time, I really want to get into collecting Harry Potter stuff. Where do I start? That's a very valid question. Of course it is. It's a very valid question for somebody who's never done it before. My answer is to maybe go down the Noble Collection route, because Noble Collection is incredible. You know the items from Noble Collection. For those of you who have followed me for a while, I've talked about Noble Collection a lot, and I have an incredibly good relationship with Noble Collection as well. I was also the first person to do an unboxing in the Noble Collection store in London. I was invited by Noble to go and unbox the Mad Eye Moody stuff, so if you haven't seen that unboxing, then check out the link above. But Noble Collection, as one of the companies that produce incredible items, they do a lot of officially licensed replicas. Now, these can span from the Ravenclaw diadem, the Slughorn's hourglass, to the wands, coins, Gringotts coins, jewellery, bookmarks, teddies, chessboards, what else is there I can think of? Magical creatures, bookends, all sorts of items they have created. But a lot of the items they create are prop replicas, and the collection that they have done in the past and now are exquisite. So one of the items I want to show you, I have already showed you in my previous videos, but I have even more things to show you now when it comes to collecting. Now, unfortunately for people who are collecting Noble Collection for the first time, if you've seen something you really like and it's discontinued, then the sad thing is that item is now worth a lot more money, and you'll have to spend a lot more money to get it. Plus, because it's discontinued and because Noble Collection is such a highly sought after company of replicas, you will have to work twice as hard to find that item that you love. But if you don't know about Harry Potter past items from Noble Collection, I have a way to get round it. Now, every year Noble Collection release a holiday edition catalogue. These have been going for years. I actually have one dated 1997, before Harry Potter was even released. Well, actually no, just as the first book was being released. And so this is 2005. This is my latest catalogue. Now these catalogues aren't worth anything, but what I do like about them is that they are a little checklist to things that you would have seen back in 2005 that are maybe no longer available. And when I open the page for this, the first page I come to shows you here, you have the Goblet of Fire pewter ornament, which, you know, it's actually quite hard to get hold of. However, this one is the Necker Goblet of Fire ornament, and this one this isn't a Ravenclaw, oh my god, this isn't a Noble Collection item, but this is even harder to get hold of and worth more money. So I've still got to find somewhere to put that yet. I bought it brand new when it first came out, and it just seems to be lying anywhere I can find a space. So we've got some items here that are no longer available. Now if you go down into the Noble Collection shop, down to the bottom floor, which I think at the moment is closed off to visitors unless you request to go down there, there is a little museum of past Noble Collection items, and it's not just Noble Collection Harry Potter items that are down there. You'll find items from other franchises too that they've done. So in this one specifically, you've got things like the Lord of the Rings chessboard, and the Everstar necklace obviously still available, but you have some beautiful things from Lord of the Rings that are no longer available. But you don't want to see that, you want to see Harry Potter. Now those items are still available, so we're not fussed on that. This item here and this jewellery, these items here, you've got the, I actually have spoken to somebody in the last couple of weeks who has this owl. This is Hedwig on a stack of books. This has very much been discontinued, and it was discontinued not long after this catalogue was released, from what I can remember. And then you have the rings, the Hogwarts house rings here, and then you've got pins and jewellery, earrings. These are all now discontinued. This here, however, this is the Dementor's Kiss, I think it is, the Dementor Christmas Crystal Ball. That is not discontinued, you can still buy that today. And it is around $65. So we have things like, let's have another look. We've got these beautiful pewter ornaments down here. So we have this Dobby right here. Now he was released along with I think 6 other figures, but this Dobby, the #1, was actually advertised on my Harry Potter UK Facebook page not that long ago, a few months ago. Somebody was actually selling their #1. It's 1 of 1,000 I think it is, so 5,000. And this was #1 of 5,000. It was crazy to have that on the page. And if I had had the money, I would have bought it. I think if Janice would have as well. Now you might recognise this here. That is the necklace that I was wearing last week. But did you know that not only was a Gringotts coin released, but they also released a Gringotts money clip as well, and I cannot find that anywhere. Now this item is actually the most expensive item from Noble Collection I have ever bought. It is the Hogwarts Quidditch chess set, and it is just exquisite. It's £295, and it is absolutely beautiful, and I'm still trying to find somewhere to put it. I have glass cabinets next door, so I'm just trying to find out which shelf I want it on, and then I want to display the pieces. But the top of the board comes off, and underneath then is all the house pieces. It is a stunning piece. If you haven't seen me unboxing that, then you need to check out the link above. Now you can find Noble Collection catalogues on eBay, or you can find them ready to download. There are a few, but my friend Sandy sent me a few of hers. Now things like that here, this is a copy of the proclamation board that used to be available by Noble Collection. That goes for between £200 to £300, maybe $300 to $400. They are showing up more and more on eBay at the moment, so keep an eye out. But they do come with a black and red pen and an eraser. So if you're gonna spend that much money, make sure it comes with everything it was included with. There are catalogues from all over Noble Collection. This one is the 2019 catalogue, and that real Jumanji board, which I'd love to get hold of, has been advertised all over Noble Collection recently. Now everything in this catalogue is still available. There were rumours, which I have quashed, there were rumours that that Hedwig ornament was being discontinued. I double checked with Noble Collection and no, it is not, so don't panic. Now there is one thing though that people are getting confused by. Noble Collection stopped selling the Bellatrix Lestrange dagger. Now we no longer have it. Somebody messaged me saying, yeah, but it's not discontinued, it's still available. Yeah, it is if you're in America. If you're in the UK, no. The Bellatrix Lestrange dagger on the Noble Collection website is nowhere to be seen. However, it is being sold on other British websites if you're still looking for it. I think possibly either Zavvi or Merchoid, Very Nico. Who else is there? There is a couple of websites that sell Harry Potter Noble Collection items, and they have the Bellatrix Lestrange dagger, so keep an eye out. But yes, it is still available in America. Plus, if you can't find it on the British websites, you can still buy it from the Universal Orlando website, which ships worldwide. But a warning, the shipping is expensive. Now, when it comes to collecting Harry Potter, Noble Collection, I feel personally, is where you want to go for officially licensed items that are going to go up in value. Not necessarily why they are still in stock, but with Noble Collection, they get a big batch made all in one go. And when that runs out, there's not, unless there is massive demand for that item, then they don't reproduce them. So when it's sold out, it is sold out. With Noble Collection, you can't go wrong with the items. The items are absolutely incredible. Now, they do make mistakes. I have mentioned this in the past. The Ravenclaw diadem, when it was first released, the stone was stuck in with a glue, with something. And unfortunately, that stone then had a tendency to fall out. Now, they resolved that with putting teeth, claws around the stone and then re-releasing the diadem. The problem with that is Noble Collection do everything to the exact detail of the product from Harry Potter films. With the claws, it means that it's not an exact replica. So for that, for example, if you want an exact replica of the Ravenclaw diadem, then you get one without the teeth. If you don't mind and you really would rather your stone didn't fall out like mine did, then you go for the newest one, which has the claws around the stone. I do have people that are after the original diadem because it is more film accurate. That I find understandable. But I keep looking at the newer version thinking, do I buy the newer version? Because my stone fell out. It has fallen out. But I don't want to go back to Noble Collection and say, this has fallen out, can I swap it for a new one? Which they probably would. However, that new one then, oh God, I've got hair. That new one then is not exactly film accurate. So it is entirely up to you. I like the one with the claws in, but I'm a little bit, I don't know. As the collector in me is going, whoa now, you know. Whoa now, come on now. So yeah, you got to be careful. Now, there are a couple of items that they've brought out in the past that I've been like, okay. For example, the golden dragon egg. This is a stunning item. Noble Collection have done a beautiful job with this replica. This is actually designed by Mina Lima, Mirafora Mina to be exact, and it is beautiful. However, when they first brought this out, it was made of, I want to say, a polystyrene covered in like a very thin layer of metal. It weighed nothing. It was, I don't like it. I didn't like it, and I refused to buy it because of the way it was made. Now, I don't know if there was complaints, but they later re-released the golden egg, and it's made of, I think, solid resin. This is very heavy and it comes with a little stand it sits on. So you've probably recognized this on my Your Ball shelf. This is a beautiful, beautiful item. The only thing with it is it doesn't open. The mechanics alone would just be too much to handle, and the chances are there would be lots of breakages, lots of things going wrong. It would be great if it did open, but it doesn't. But this, I highly recommend this as an item to get, because I think if this ever gets discontinued, this would be in massive demand with people. It is so beautiful, and of course it is the original replica from Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Now there's not many items that they've released where I've gone, I don't know. There are some items that I still to this day can't find. Just a little FYI though, somebody asked me the other day, do I know if there are any more Mad Eye Moody staffs available in the London shop. They refuse to send them in the post. Now the reason is because they have no metal support throughout the staff itself. It's solid resin, and when it gets shipped it arrives in pieces, so they will not ship it. And I completely understand that, because I haven't spoken to anybody who's received one in the post that hasn't had some sort of damage inflicted upon it during transport. I would hate for that to happen to any of your items, so please, if you're buying the Mad Eye Moody staff, be very, very careful. Now, one of the items I am desperately trying to find, but I have my scouts doing their eye looking thing already, so I'm hoping that something will come of it soon. This item here, which is the vertebrae candle from Noble Collection, which was in the Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban film, where Lupin is teaching Harry how to use the Expecto Patronum spell in order to defeat, or at least shield himself from Dementors. It is absolutely stunning. When it was released, it was only $65, and it can go for probably over £1,000 now. Now, there are items that I love from Noble Collection that are nothing to do with Harry Potter. This item I'd love to get hold of. The Lord of the Rings bottle with the Star of Elindir, the vial of Galadriel, it says there. Obviously I'm wearing the Galadriel's ring from Noble Collection, but I would love to get hold of that. I have that already. I'm very lucky. I had that for Christmas. But how beautiful is that bottle? I'd love it if Noble Collection did something like that in Harry Potter style. Wouldn't that be spectacular? I get a lot of messages from people asking me, well, what about, will Noble Collection make things like the Cursed Opal necklace? Well, maybe they will one day, but Warner Brothers have that tightly under wraps for now, because they did make the Cursed Opal necklace years ago, and it was for sale in the Wizarding World in Florida, because I saw it. It was $350 and I walked away, and I really wish I hadn't. So when it comes to collecting, I've been asking people what is the best advice they've had about collecting, and one of them was, and I still stand by this, collect what you love, not what other people are collecting. If you collect something you love, you'll never get tired of it. Now, I love everything, that's the problem. The only thing I don't like is figures. I don't like figures. I have some figures coming. It's because I want to do a talk on them. I love Star Race figures because they're so incredible, but other figures, not so fussed on. So that's my kind of, I don't like dolls. I know I'm weird. Maybe it's something to do with Poltergeist, I don't know. But that's what I'm not fussed on. However, you have things like the pins that are being released. You have items or pin badges that are actually worth more because they're so beautiful rather than officially licensed items. I've got some unofficially licensed pins coming that a creator has created, and they are exquisite, and I cannot wait to share them with you. There's a lot of items that I don't know much about. I don't know much about wands. I have plenty of them, and I can tell you about the collectible ones from the Warner Brothers Studios or the Wizarding World, but I can't tell you about the ones maybe that were released in Japan. I've got the premiere ones, but I can't really tell you much about any of the others. there are beautiful, beautiful items out there that maybe are not officially licensed items. If you want to collect for monetary value, I would go with Noble Collection. My biggest advice to you is, if you want to buy something, buy it while it's released, when it's just been released. Because if it is something like an item that's maybe limited or will sell out quickly, then get it while it's available, because you can guarantee that if you don't get it at that point, when you do try and get it later on, you're going to miss out and you're going to end up spending way more money. So make sure you do that. Make sure that you keep all your items away from direct sunlight. That is a big, big, big problem. Sunlight can bleach things very, very quickly, and you don't even realize it's happening because it's so subtle. But as soon as you pull it away from a window or take it off the wall where it's been near a window, you will see a huge change in color when you take the item out of its frame. So please be careful. Do not put anything by windows. Also, LED lights. I have LED lights on my shelves, but don't leave them on. Believe it or not, LED lights can bleach items too. It's quite shocking. I have a Harry Potter and the Cursed Child book. It's just a paperback, nothing important as such. But it's been literally kind of like underneath the light there, and there's a big white patch where it's bleached the cover. There is nothing there now, it's gone. So please be careful, don't leave your LED lights on. If you really want to look into collecting from the beginning, I've showed these books a million times on my channel, but I'm gonna show them again because they are important. They are getting a bit harder to get hold of now. So if you want to go back to the very beginning when Harry Potter was first released in the books, then you need to get this book, The Collector's Value Guide to Harry Potter Collectibles. This book is the first collector book that was ever released, and it has so much in there, so many funny things as well. You'll be surprised. It's got like things like your guide to London and eating bangers and mash, but it has so much in here. It's very, very good, but it's so early that the items are shown as concept arts. You can see that there. So that's a concept art. I think that's the Hagrid figure with Norbert. But you have things like, have I got anything in here that I actually have now? You've got items here, Harry with gifts Christmas morning. So all you have is a picture there of a camera to show that they haven't got the image, it's that early. These books are fantastic. So you have items from Hallmark, Kurt S. Adler, Ensco, which is still going to this day with Harry Potter items, Department 56, again still going with Harry Potter items, and then you have things like the Potter Product Showcase, so it shows you all sorts of items from when the books were first released. So a lot of the items in this, the products, are based around the books, not the films, because this was released in 2001, I think it was. This was released in 2000, so this was actually released before the film even came out. That is how good this book is to collect. This is the original stuff that you want to look at. It even talks about a kid who almost became Harry Potter rather than Daniel Radcliffe. Can you imagine that? That's so odd. So this book is a really, really, really good book for people who want to look at the beginning of collecting, when they were first released 21 years ago. Well, more than that, isn't it? 24 years ago now. And then the next book. This book was available for ages, but I've been trying to find it for other people and it is starting to get difficult. So we have the Harry Potter Collector's Handbook. And on the front, you've got those weird dolls. What are they called? Tenor-dolls on the front there. I'm not a fan of them personally, but this is absolutely chock-a-block with items. When I first had this book, this was my catalogue to collecting. It was literally going through, and we're talking, when did I get this book? I got this book around 2012. It came out in 2010 and I got it around 2012. And I would literally go through the book and then go on eBay. I'd look for something I hadn't heard of, and then I'd go on eBay. I would just have a field day with it. It was brilliant. Some items though, they have re-released. So for this, for example, up here, this McGonagall hat, that is available from the Universal Orlando Studios online shop. It's around $30. I actually have it upstairs. There's costumes, there's Dementor costumes, Voldemort costumes, there's faces there, you've got masks. I used to have that Dobby mask and I gave it to my friend Steve. Steve, such a pretty name. It's got all the collectible cards in here. It's got loads of posters in here. It's got all about board games and things. And I go through this and I mark off what I have. This book is just incredible, but it is a good idea to get a book like this and just scour out what you like, what you really like. Don't go kind of like, oh, I like that, or maybe I'll get that, or as if to say, you know, I'll get that, I'll get that, I'll get that. If you want to get it, then get it. But don't get it because everybody else is getting it, if that makes sense. Get it because you like it, not because everybody else is buying it. I'm not one for following trends, so I find it quite easy. Now, another little tidbit for you. When you're looking for things, you've got shopping, like eBay, for example, which is great. Always put, because it'll automatically default to your location. So for me, it automatically defaults to the UK. I always go up to filter and I click location and then worldwide. That way you're not just getting the items in the UK and surrounding areas, you're getting it across the world. The only problem with that is if the seller is happy to post outside its country, you will find it. If they don't want to sell it outside their country, you won't find an item you're looking for. So that's a bit of a pain in the bum. The other places you can look at is Facebook Market. The Facebook Market is great, especially now they're introducing being able to have things delivered to you so you can pay for shipping. But obviously that's something you'll have to discuss with the seller themselves. Also places like Spock, which is a thing that's available in the UK. Wherever you are in the world, you'll have your own marketplace that you'll be able to look at and have an idea for what you're looking for. One thing I like about eBay is that you can put in a little alert. So if you want to look for a specific item, like I look for Umbridge items, specifically for my friend Sandy because she's a big Umbridge collector. But I did come across, when I put in Umbridge, I had a little notification yesterday morning to say that there was this medal from the Hogwarts Running Club, and it was a plate, an Umbridge plate, and it just looks so amazing. I can't wait for it to arrive so I can show you. And it was like £20, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna get it. So I bought it. There was been all day, but Sandy already had one, so it's fine. But you can put in alerts with eBay, so it's great. What else is there? Another thing that I found that is incredibly helpful, and my friend Sean Valentine taught me this, is put in the spelling wrong. Deliberately put the spelling in wrong. It sometimes corrects it while you're searching, and that's so annoying, but put the spelling in wrong. So if you're putting in Harry Potter, start off with putting in Harry spelt with one R and then Potter spelt normal. Have a look at what comes up. Then have a look at Harry Potter spelt wrong with one T instead of two T's for Potter, and then have a look what comes up. It's quite surprising because a lot of people put in spelling wrong and not realise it, and then, you know, their items are like just laying there for somebody to grab. So grab a bargain. So that's a big trick that I know a couple of my followers have used, and they actually have found what they've been looking for. So it works, it does work. Definitely, if there is something that you are 100% desperate for, like for me, it was the Golden Snitch puzzle from Japan. They're all over the place now. You can get them, they're popping up all over, and the value of them's dropped dramatically. But it took me 6 years to find that Golden Snitch puzzle. But yeah, I was determined and I was patient. Be patient and the items that you love will show. I know that somebody's after the Hermione mirror. It's popped up on eBay this morning for 750 quid, which is ridiculously expensive. But it's the Hermione mirror. You know, if you want it, you're going to pay for it. I know that there are people after the jewellery box, the Boggart jewellery box, the jewellery cabinet that was released in Japan. I've got a friend who has actually managed to find theirs and for a really good price. So I'm really pleased at that. If you want more help with collecting, I'm happy to help. The problem with that is I do get inundated with messages all over the place. However, if you want to join the Victoria's Army, the link is down below. It's the first thing you come to on my description in my video. Then make sure that you join, because I have so many wonderful people who are really massive collectors, and they will also help as well, because you become a part of the Victoria's Army Facebook page, and we are more than happy to help you find what you're looking for. And if we can't find it, I'm sure we'll know somebody that does, or somebody else that knows how to look for these items. So I hope this video has helped you with some sort of collecting details or collecting advice today. Collecting is so much fun. If it wasn't, I wouldn't do it, you know. And I love Harry Potter. I've got the most amazing collection. I've got almost 7,000 pieces, okay? Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts. I have the most incredible collection, and you know what? I love every single piece, and I have collected because I absolutely love the franchise. I am a true Harry Potter fan, true Wizarding World fan, 100%, hands down. No questions asked. That is me, and it runs in my blood. So let me know in the comments below if this video has helped you with any collecting advice. Until next time, take care. I love you all, and I will speak to you very, very soon. Bye-bye. Check out more of my content, take a look at this video right here or this video right here. Don't forget to like and subscribe.